With the car gone for paint for the next 2 months, we have to do some stuff to keep us busy. We have plenty more projects. We're back here with Pat Accelerated Machine. Last time out, we took this block and tore it completely down. Pat, what's the next step?
We're going to take it out in the shop, do a preliminary wash on it, and show you some of the machining process. This is a jet wash. It's essentially a large dishwasher with an industrial detergent in it. We'll put it in here, like I said, do a preliminary wash.
And that'll clean it up, and then will allow you to get a better look and make sure everything's solid on our block.
Absolutely.
And how long does this take?
We'll let it run about an hour, I guess.
Okay, so while the block's in the jet wash, we'll go over a little bit of what we're going to be doing next. Now, as far as the plan goes for the engine, we're not looking to make crazy power. We're looking for a fun street cruiser. It's going to have a Vortec on it, so that should get us plenty of power. We don't want to go crazy. I'm not looking for 600, 700, nothing like that. So the plan is we want to reuse the original intake. We're going to restore that. The original intake plaque was destroyed, long since gone. Thankfully, we have a high-quality reproduction from Daniel Carpenter. We'll be using that on our stock intake. We're going to clean the intake up, upper and lower, see if we maybe even open it up a little bit to get a little more flow out of our supercharger. Cam-wise, we're going to go with an aftermarket cam, probably a Ford Performance cam. Still not 100% decided on that. It's going to depend on the block and some other things. But the stock cam we definitely will not be using. As far as the rest of the engine goes, the cylinder heads, the GT40 cylinder head, especially the iron head, was a decent head in '93, but by no means was it even a good head back then. By today's standards, these are going to be a very low performing head. Now, these have 170,000 miles on them. We could take them, get them redone, have a valve job, new springs, new internals. By the time we're done, I'd probably have a good chunk of money to them, money that could be spent on an aluminum head, which is the direction we're going to go. Stock crank, still up in the air. We're going to see what the block looks like, then determine if we want to stick with the stock crank or go with the stroker.
1 hour later.
Damn, that looks a lot better. It's like brand new-ish. So the block's out of the jet wash machine. We have it over here in this, I'm assuming, extremely expensive, very large machine. What's the next step here?
So the first thing we're going to do is use the digital touch probe and run a few small programs to take some measurements off the block.
Now, what's the benefit of that? Is that going to tell us if the block's damaged, or is it going to tell us how the machining was done the first time?
It'll tell us if the machining was correct the first time.
Okay.
If not, we have the opportunity to fix it.
That's something we can fix during the build here. So every time that touches and the light goes off, that's just taking a measurement.
It's able to triangulate it and figure out where the center of the bar is.
Okay. So it's much smarter than I am.
Yes.
Got it. All right, so what is it doing now?
This program here finds the center of each bore and the bore spacing, diameter.
So this would tell us if the bores were off in the factory.
Correct.
Okay, so what's next?
Now that we have all the measurements taken off the block, we'll put in the boring tool. We'll start boring all the cylinders, and then we'll go right to surfacing.
All right, so you checked everything. You said it looked decent. Now what's the next step here? We're actually going to start boring the cylinders?
Correct. We did a test bore to verify the diameter, and now we're going to go ahead and bore all 8 holes.
And how much are you boring out? Like how much metal are you taking out here?
About 25,000.
Okay, and the rest come out when you're home.
Well, yep.
So when someone's saying 30 over, this is 30 over.
Correct.
Cool. Okay, so CNC machine handled the boring, surface the deck. Now what are we doing next here?
We're going to finish the machining process by honing the cylinders, which essentially removes the few remaining thousandths out of the cylinder
So boring gets it where we wanted it, honing it kind of cleans it up as like a final.
Cleans it up, puts the crosshatch in it, the appropriate surface finish.
Okay, now once it's done being honed, then our block is pretty much ready to go. I mean, I want to paint it a little bit because I want it to look good.
Right.
But
obviously, yeah, final prep, and we're ready for
start assembly. Cool. Let's see how this works.
Basically what's going to happen is it'll get down to 0 on there, and this is a load. This is constantly monitoring how much load is on the motor driving the spindle, and it'll drop. Now we're down to 0, it's going to drop all the way down to 10% load, and the strokes per minute are going to pick up once it gets lighter. If you were to look at like one side of the cylinder right now, it's showing that the top and the bottom are just a little bit tighter, tighter than the rest of it.
All right, so is it just water that it uses, or some kind of a special lubricant for cutting the cylinder?
It's basically a water-soluble oil they use for a coolant.
Now, you explain to me the torque plate that's bolted on there. You're saying, so that basically is just designed to replicate like the stress of a cylinder head, basically?
Correct. A lot of times when you bolt a cylinder head on, and we make the cylinders go slightly out of round, you bolt the torque plate on, then you hone the cylinders so you know when the head goes on, it's perfectly round.
Now, what is, like, this thing doesn't seem to get spinning anywhere near as fast as the CNC machine was.
No, this is a much lower RPM.
So basically with this, once this is done here, we're gonna have basically a perfect cylinder bore ready for some new pistons.
Correct.
Now, what does it use actually to cut?
It's basically brass with a diamond abrasive impregnated into it.
Okay. Thanks to Patent Accelerated Machine, our block is completely machined and ready for all new internals. Now it's time to get the rods and pistons together, order a set of heads and a cam, and assemble our short block.